Hello everyone, my name is Noy Matiaras. I am TGT Social Science at Kendra Vidyalaya Imphal number 2. Today I am going to teach the second part of the class 7 civics chapter number 1. Okay, and the name of the chapter is on equality. So let's start the chapter. But before going further in this chapter, let's do the revision of the last part. In the last part we started with the introduction. What is equality? Then we read about one story about the Kanta. Okay, you have to remember that story. Kanta, she is a domestic helper, and she found that there is a equality on the day of the election, but there is some kind of the inequality when she took her daughter to the hospital. Okay, that story we read about it. That story about the Kanta. Then the equal right to vote. Okay, here we learn about the universal adult franchise. Okay, then the one person one vote. Then fourth we learn about the other kind of the equality, and here we learn that one of the most inequality practice that happen in India is regarding the discrimination on the ground of caste. Okay, then related to that we learn about the Om Prakash Valmiki, and he wrote his autobiography also, and he expressed about the situations that he faced during his school days. Then these three is related. Okay, and the next one, that is regarding the recognizing dignity. Here we learn about the story related with it is Om Prakash Valmiki as well as the Ansharis. Okay, then second last we learn about the equality in Indian democracy, and next last one we learn about the implement of equality. In the implement of equality we learn that equality we can implement by the two way. First one is by making the law, and second one is by scheme. Okay, that we learn. After that we have finished in the part 1. First one, that is by the law, second one is by the scheme. Okay, it is a M. Okay, scheme. So we going to start with this scheme in this second part. Okay, we are going to start with this scheme, and we will come to the law also. So let's start the second part. As I say that we're going to start with this scheme, so here we have the one very important scheme, that is midday meal scheme. So let's see what is this scheme is. One of the steps taken by the government include the midday meal scheme. This refers to the program introduced in all the government elementary school to provide children with a cooked lunch. Okay, so in the midday meal scheme, the school, okay, all the government elementary school to provide the children with cooked lunch. That means they're going to provide the lunch. Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to introduce this scheme, and in the 2001 the Supreme Court asked all the state government to begin this program in their school within 6 months. Okay, so which state started this midday meal scheme? It is the Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Nadu is the first state, and in the year 2001 the Supreme Court ordered to all the states that they should be implemented that midday meal scheme to their government school within this 6 months. And this include the fact that the more poor children have begun enrolling and regularly attending school. Actually, government make this midday meal scheme because when they do the survey, they found that a lot of the poor children, they are not coming to school because they did not have food. Okay, they did not get a food at their home, and that's why the government decided to make such a scheme. Okay, when where the student who come to the school, they will get a free lunch. Okay, so that it's going to be increase the enrollment of the children in the school as well as the regularity in their attendance also. Okay, then next come to the why do people refuse to think of them as equal even though the law require it. Of course, the government make the law also, and the government formulated some scheme also, but after that also there are some group of people who refuse that they are not equal, still they are backward. Okay, there are some people who do not accept equality. Now what is the main reason why people are not accepting that this equality? Let's see it. So first reason, One of the main reasons for this is that attitude changes very slowly, even though the person are aware that the discrimination is against the law. They continue to treat the people unequally on the basis of their caste, religion, disability, economic status, and because they are women. Okay, so the first reason is because of the attitude of the people. Okay, this is the first reason. Their government make the law, government make the scheme. Okay, even though the people did not accept because of their attitude. So this is the main reason. Okay, still there is a discrimination continuing in India. Why? And still the people did not accept this equality because of the attitude. The first reason is this one, because of the attitude. Then the second one, it is only when the people begin to believe that no one is inferior and that every person deserves to be treated with a dignity, that person's attitude can change. Okay, then how can we change? How can we bring the equality? Even though government is making the law, but we can bring the equality only when we believe that everyone is equal. Okay, and everyone, no one is outsider. The meaning of it is inferior. Okay, that is the outsider. No one is outsider, everyone is equal, and we are like a one family. That time, only that time we can bring this equality. Next one, isn't it already regarding this inequality, whether only our country is facing such problem? Okay, let's see whether the other country also facing such problem or not. So the topic is issue of equality in other democracy. Okay, let's see whether the such problem also faced in other country or not. So in the United States of America, okay, so such problem is facing even in the one of the what we call as this the most strongest country in the world, that is the United States of America. That is in USA also they are facing such inequality. In the United States of America, the African American whose ancestors were the slaves who were brought over from Africa continue to be described their life today as largely unequal. Okay, so in the United States of America also the black people, okay, the black people who are related with Africa or their descendants are brought from the Africa, they are treated unequally. And till now also sometimes they say that we found in the newspaper or in the news that they have been unequally treated. They've been discriminated. Okay. So in the United States, okay, when such discrimination was going to happen, these black people, they form a group and they started a movement that is called as the civil rights movement. Okay, so let's learn about it. Is civil rights movement. The Rosa Parks, okay, it's the name of the one person. Rosa Parks was an African American woman. Tired from a long day at work, she refused to give up her seat on the bus to a white man on the 1st December 1955. Her refusal that day started a huge agitation against the unequal way in which African Americans were treated, and which came to be known as the Civil Rights Movement. So, Civil Rights Movement is one of the popular movements throughout the world, okay, and it is a movement that happened in the United States, and all the black people, they are coming united, and they are protesting, okay, against the white people about the equality in United States of America. So here what happened is that Rosa Parks, she just coming back from the workplace, and during those days what happened is that those black people who are in the bus, okay, suppose if they are sitting in the bus and they are getting a seat, and suppose one white people come to the bus, okay, then they have to be get up from their seat and they have to give their seat to the white people. But she refused that day. Okay, she said that why should I give my seat to you? I am also coming back from my work. Okay, so from there on, one agitation started, and at that agitation, okay, the name of that agitation come to return to the civil rights movement. The Civil Rights Act of the 1964 prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or the national origin. So they in the United States they formed the one act, and the name of the act is the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and it prohibited discrimination on the basis of race, religion, or the national origin. So it is a picture of the civil rights movement. This is a picture of the civil rights movement. Let's come to the part of the article number 15 of our Indian Constitution. This article is related with the equality. Right to equality. Now let's see what are included in this article number 15. The first point about the article number 15 saying that the prohibition of the discrimination on the ground of the religion, race, caste, gender, or the place of birth. That means no one should be discriminated on the ground of the religion, race, caste, whether you are high caste or low caste, gender, whether you are male or female, or the place of birth, whether you any place of the birth. So no one should be discriminated. Then the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on the ground only of the religion, race, caste, place of birth, or any of the them. This almost be similar. These two are almost be similar. That means no one should be discriminated. Next, no citizen shall on the ground only of the religion, caste, race, caste, gender, place of the birth, or any of the them be subject to any disability, reliability, restriction, or condition with regard to. That means on the ground of the religion, race, or caste, gender, place of the birth, or any of them, no one should be restricted from using the access to the shop, public restaurant, hotels, and a place of the public entertainment, as well as the use of the well, tank, boating guard, road, and the places of the public resorts maintained wholly or partly out of the state fund or dedicated to the use of the general public. That means no one should be restricted from using the such thing. That is given in the point number A as well as in the B. No one should be discriminated from using such thing, or the prohibited, or we cannot restrict. We can say simply that no one should be restricted from using such area that is mentioned in the point number A as well as in the B. On the ground of their religion, race, caste, gender, place of the birth. So this is the point that is included in the article number 15. Now let's come to the last part of this chapter, that is the challenge of democracy. No country can be described as being a completely democratic. There are always be community and individual trying to expand the idea of the democracy and push for a greater recognition of equality on existing as well as a new issue. So there is no single country in the world which we can say that this country is completely democratic, because every country faces some problem regarding the equality. The problem may be different, the level of the problem may be different, and this problem also be going to be changed from time to time. But the good thing is that there is always be some community or some individual who always try to expand the idea of democracy, who always try to bring the equality in the society. Of course, the new issue going to become, new problem going to become, but they always try to solve that problem and try to bring the equality in the society. Central to this is the struggle for the recognition of all the person as equal and for their dignity to be maintained. It is the same point. That is, we need to recognize the dignity of every individual. We need to recognize every person as equal. And here we finish this chapter. So thank you everyone.